Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie. I'm starting a vlog for you. Well, it's actually this evening. Basically, I had all my videos planned for December and then I was like, wow, I really miss vlogging. I didn't do much of it, if any, in November because I was really sick and just what would I have vlogged? I mean, my vlogs are me sitting here on the couch most of the time anyway, but I just thought that it would be nice to do a vlog in December, and this will sort of lead up to Christmas, and then I will possibly do a Hemisphere Christmas Games specific vlog, which runs from the 22nd. I know when my own readathon starts. Yeah. Anyway, it starts towards the end of the month, so I thought it would be cool to talk about some stuff, I guess, the start of the month. And I'm gonna forewarn you that this isn't gonna be overly wholesome Christmas content. If that's what you're here for, there are lots of booktubers doing that. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a Christmassy person. Christmas for me brings up a lot of emotions and a lot of grief, so it's not something that I am gonna go like full into, but I'm gonna do some little things, I hope, and start some new traditions with my partner Alex, and yeah, and the boys. This is, I mean, you can't tell, but this is Fletcher. He's fast asleep. Big day for him. He slept. Actually, have you moved at all? Percy came to eat at some point and is now asleep somewhere else, but it's just been a really chill day. It is the last day of November, and I thought I would just start this now, because I just came up with this idea that I should vlog, and I wanted to immediately start. First thing is first though. I thought that I would do probably the extent of Christmas decorating I'm going to do at my house. We're planning to do a tree and things at Alex's, but a tree with these boys, not going to happen. So I have some like indoor Christmas lights that I have put on my bookshelf in the past, and I think I'm literally going to do that right now, and then I'm going to move you slightly. This is, I haven't been looking at these books really because I've been very focused on finishing like 3 specific books towards the end of November that I haven't really thought about any of these. But what we are going to do is change them, and make sure that I have a few things on there that I really want to get to in December. Most of these are library books at the moment, but I can probably kind of move them around a bit, and yes, so I'm gonna do that, those 2 things, and I guess you're gonna get to watch me do them. There we go. In saying that, I'm also gonna make myself a cup of tea and then we'll get started. Hello. So, it's been a couple of days. It is now Monday the 5th, and I'm here to finally actually kind of start talking about reading. What an idea in a reading vlog. But yes, let's get into it. You saw in my last clip that I had organized these with what I really wanted to read this month. I wouldn't say that it's going to plan, but mostly for like okay reasons. I had some different things come into the library that I wanted to read, and some videos that I can't talk about yet but are in the works that I need to read things for. But it's fun. It's fun. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what I've been reading. Okay, first up, let's start with the things that I have finished. So I read Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ng, which was one of the things that came in at the library that I wanted to read. Last time I checked, I was like 20th in the line for this, which was like a week ago. And then on Friday, I got a thing being like, hey, this book is available for you to pick up. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't think I was going to get this until like maybe the end of January. So I was very excited for this. One of my most anticipated releases of the year. I loved both of Celeste Ng's previous books, and yeah, I started it immediately because I was like, I know I won't get any renewals on this. I have the like 3 weeks that I have this to read this, and I thought it would take me like maybe a week or 2 to read. I read this in 2 days. It was really quick. I don't know how to talk about this, because on one hand it was kind of fantastic and I loved it, but on the other hand, if any author but Celeste Ng had written this, I would have hated it, because I don't like the story, I didn't see the point of it, but it was also strangely powerful and beautiful because of the way that Celeste Ng writes and the way that she can tell a story. She just has this like narrative power, I swear. And I don't know why I'm kind of surprised by that, because I didn't think I'd like either of her previous books either before I went into the first one, because not my genre, literary-ish, not for me. But she just has some kind of power, I swear. And yeah, I enjoyed this. And it's going to be returned to the library tomorrow for the next person. And then yesterday I read Lore Olympus Volume 3 by Rachel Smythe. Wanted to read this one because I've gotten a couple of books lately. I picked this one up, and I had another one to pick up from my best friend, and then I had my Amplify order come in, my like subscription with them, and I had a gift arrive from Mel, and I bought some other things, so I've just had a few come in. You'll see them all in a haul in, I think, a few days by the time this vlog is up. But I just wanted something to read quickly to take off my TBR, especially knowing that I have a couple of library books and ebooks that I need to read. And I read this in like an hour. I enjoyed this. I think this is probably my least favorite so far, because I just feel like it's dragging now, and this, I felt like this didn't really add anything. I had read some of this on Webtoon. I think that I had read, I don't know, the first like 2 or 3 parts of this one. What are they? Yeah, episodes. I'd read just like a tiny bit of this one, and then I'd stopped because at the time that I was reading, these were announced that they were coming out in physical form, and I was like, okay, I'll stop here. So I hadn't read most of this one, but I like slow burn, but like it's, yeah, I just feel like nothing is happening, and yeah, I guess I was a little disappointed in this one. Those are the 2 things I have finished so far this month, and yes, I have been actively working on like 3 things at the moment. First one, I mentioned these 2 in my like currently reading I'm back video that I would be starting with them. So I have The Strange Worlds Travel Agency, The Edge of the Ocean by L.D. Lubnisky. I'm buddy reading this one with Helen. Right now I'm on page 99. I haven't read my pages for today, but I'm going to do that this afternoon, and I'm really liking this one so far. I was kind of meh about the first one, but this one is fantastic so far. So, I don't know, enjoying that. And then the other one I mentioned in that video was Earth's End by Elise Hover. I am now 67 pages into this one. I'm struggling with this. This is a reread, and I don't know, I just haven't been in the mood for it. So I've been reading it like very slowly, like a chapter at a time, and I'm just not feeling up to it. So I think I'm going to put this one down for a bit. I'd like to finish it by the end of the month / end of the year. I guess that's what I should say now. But yeah, I'm not going to push myself this week to read it. Then the other thing I've been working on is A Decline in Profits by Sulari Gentle. This is the second book in the Roland Sinclair. I think they're called the Roland Sinclair Mysteries. I read the first one as part of my vlog, in which I read the books that Mel picked for me. I really liked that one, and I think I said in that video that I had put this one on hold, and I did. This needs to be returned when I'm at work tomorrow, because that's the library is close to my work and not close to my house. So I am 50 pages in, and I am hoping I can, by some miracle, finish that tomorrow morning. Like, even if I have to read the last little bit of this on the train, I will do that, because I just really enjoyed the first one, and I already like this one. In those 50 pages, it's very unique in its characters and things. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I'm gonna read a bit more of that this afternoon as well. And then yeah, I have some other stuff I need to work on, but the other one I really want to try and pick up this week is Easy Beauty by Chloe Cooper Jones. I don't really know what this one is about, but I believe Cooper Jones has a disability, medical condition, and I think it's talking about beauty expectations of women, and of connecting that to disability, and I guess the discomfort that can cause able-bodied people. It should be really interesting. I think it's essays, I don't really know, but it should be really interesting, I think. I've wanted to read this one for ages, and I just finally was like, alright, I'm gonna borrow it from the library. So I did, and yeah, I'd really like to read it this week, as well as anything here, or just anything really. I know that I do have a few things that I could finish off for just trying to finish off my reading goals and things like that. So basically whatever I'm really feeling like. This has already been a super long clip, so I will leave it here, and I will update you all in a few days as to whether I have read these things or anything else, and I will see you all then. Okay, so last week, or this week, it didn't really go to plan. I was doing fine, and then on Tuesday things just kind of hit the fan a bit, and I ended up in hospital from work, which was just fantastic. Loved that. It's Sunday now, Sunday evening. I'm doing okay. I'm doing better. I was in the hospital for about 24 hours, so things are all, like I'm not feeling great, but I'm feeling okay. And I still kind of have this cough and stuff that I've had the last few weeks, and it's, it hasn't come back as COVID, and it hasn't come back as the flu. Can't really find anything that's causing it, or sort of what caused me to be sick. It was with my diabetes, so yeah. It was a bit of a week. So that was sort of Tuesday and Wednesday, and I took it very chill basically for the rest of the week. And I have some things to talk to you about reading wise, and some other things to talk to you about. Let's start with some of that stuff, because really cool thing that happened last Saturday before this whole thing. I got to meet up with some lovely people. I got to meet up with Meredith from Reading with Merb, who was up here from Tassie for a couple of days. So I got to meet with her, and also with Zoe from Book Reviews with Zoe, and Kat from Stars and Embers. So we had a nice little cute little breakfast sort of thing, and then headed down to Dimmicks and walked around and looked at different books and all that kind of good stuff. There's a picture of us here looking cute, but that was really lovely, and it's been a while since I've really been able to do that kind of stuff, obviously with COVID. The last person that I met was Mel, which was obviously just earlier this year, but it was just the two of us and Mel's friend. It was just kind of nice to have like a group back together, so that was a lot of fun. And yes, Fletchy is very intently staring at my phone right now. Is that you? Yes? Okay. He's just staring at it. Anyway, reading. So I didn't do that much reading last week. In fact, barely anything. But yesterday evening, my partner and I took this weekend pretty chilled, and I stayed with him for a couple of days post-hospital, so that we could make sure that I just didn't immediately wind up there again. And we just kind of chilled out yesterday and did some like Christmas decorations and stuff. And then in the evening I managed to finish the 2 books that I've been working on. So first one was A Decline in Profits. I mentioned this one in my last clip because I was going to read it that night and return it to the library, which I didn't do. I finished it last night. It's a couple of days overdue now, and someone else is waiting on it, but I'm back at work tomorrow, so I will be returning it then, as well as picking up book 3 in this series, because I really enjoyed this one as well. I don't know that I can explain why, because I was reading it and I was like, this is like not a lot happens, and it's even not that mystery filled, but for some reason they're just really interesting. I don't know, maybe once I read more of the series I will kind of click as to why they draw me in so much. But yes, I have that one, and I also finished off the Strange Worlds Travel Agency, The Edge of the Ocean. So I was reading this with Helen. I think Helen finished yesterday or the day before. It's so hard with time zones. Anyway, I finished this last night, and I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed this one a lot more than the first one. So I'm kind of glad that Helen did ask me to buddy read this, because I feel like had she not, I probably never would have read this one. I ended up really liking it, so thank you, Helen. And I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to wait a bit for book 3, because I got this on an interlibrary loan, and they've closed that for the Christmas break, so I was able to keep this one, but I can't request any more at the moment. And for some reason, just basically no libraries in Victoria have this series. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get book 3 when I can though. And then I am working on reading a few ebooks at the moment, for a thing that I can't tell you about at the moment, but that's been kind of my primary reading at the moment. But I also have a few things here to tell you about. So I have 2 more kind of library ones. I have How Many More Women by Jennifer Robinson and Kiana Yoshida. So I borrowed this one from the library, and then hadn't gotten around to it, and then my partner just read the prologue himself, and then when we were out yesterday, happened to find a secondhand copy of it that's in, this is a brand new book, and this is in pretty good condition. This has a few marks and things in it, but that's fine. And I started reading it last night, and I read the first 25 pages. I wanted to get this one, even though I had the library book, because my partner really wanted to read this as well, and I just knew that I wouldn't get to renew this, so I'm going to return this one and then just take my time with this one. And I'm glad that I made that decision, because I feel like reading those 25 pages already has made me kind of sad and angry. So I feel like, this will be one that I read sort of a bit at a time and then have a break, so that I don't feel rage all the time. So those, and then I also started Easy Beauty by Chloe Cooper Jones. I only read the first 25 pages of this one as well. This was really intense already, and kind of confusing, but I'm going to continue with this one as well. I think I have another week or 2 with this one, so I'm gonna need to kind of step it up and get that read hopefully before Christmas. And then I'm reading a lot of library books at the moment. I'm gonna start The Crime at Black Dudley by Marjorie Ellingham tonight. This one is due back on Wednesday at the library, and I want to see if I can just read the whole thing either tonight or by Tuesday night, so that I can return it without having to reborrow it. I just feel like I've had a lot of library books. I have 9 out at the moment, and I've read 4 of them, but I would like to return a few more. I only have 3 more on hold at the moment, and I have a bunch of library ebooks and things, but I just haven't been reading my physical books, which means my TBR isn't going down. So I really want to read this one, so I'm going to try and do that tonight. It's relatively thin. It's 284 pages, but this is also a large print edition. It was the only
type that they had. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get through that as soon as I can and be able to return that, and hopefully have some time to pick up some physical things, because otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna end the year with my TBR quite a bit higher than planned. So I'm just gonna try and sneak a few of my own books into these other things that I need to read and all that, so that at least there's a couple more off the list. But that's my update for today. I think I will jump back either on Tuesday or Thursday, which are my days off this week, depending on what I have read. Hopefully some of these things, and maybe something off my shelf. But I will see you all then.
Gosh, I feel like I'm like glowing, but like in a creepy zombie way. Like I'm so pale that I'm like emitting light, because today is just a weird, miserable, grey day. So sorry if I look a little creepy. I think it's also like maybe... Does that fix it? Was my phone literally just dirty? Cool. Well, hi. It is Thursday afternoon now, and I have not been doing too much reading. I've been doing a little, but I've been reading Secret Things. I think I mentioned in my last clip. I can't talk to you about yet, so I've been doing that. But I'm here. We're going into the weekend, and I thought I'd let you know what I plan to read over the weekend, basically, and what I have been slowly working on. So first things first, Easy Beauty. As you can see, I don't have a bookmark. Yeah, okay, so I think I talked about that I'd kind of been struggling with this one, and I got to the like third part, I don't know, and there was just like, it started talking about like a dying dog, and I was like, oh, okay, ooh, not sure about that. And I read a little, like I skimmed the rest of that section, and it just like kept coming back to that, and I was like, you know what, nah. Not for me. So I think what I'm gonna return it to the library, and I think maybe in a couple of months, when this doesn't have such a long wait list, I might reborrow it and just be able to spend more than like a 2-week period with it, and probably skip that second chapter. But yeah, just return it, and I will possibly come back to it later. And then I also had kind of a similar situation with The Heartbeat of Wounded Knee by David Truer. This is Native America from 1890 to the present. I borrowed this one from the library, obviously as an ebook, and I read the first 5 or so percent, which was like, I don't know, 20 pages. And as I was reading it, it was mentioning Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee by Dee Brown. And I don't know, I kind of got the vibe that I should read that one first and then come back to this one. So I have returned this one to the library. Just takes a minute or two to go through. So it's still showing me cover at the moment, and I have borrowed the Dee Brown one. I am on the wait list for that, and it says that it will be available in about 7 weeks. So in the new year I will read that one, and then I think I'll the plan is to come back to that one. I just had this vibe that it was kind of suggesting that I should read that, even though it's by a different author. This one almost seemed like it kind of followed on from there, so that's the plan there.
And when that comes in, I'll read it and talk about it. When that comes in, I'll read it and talk about it then. But yeah, this weekend is, well, I always try and keep my weekends pretty chill. My partner and I don't really like to do that much. We, he works 5 days a week and I'm working 3 as of this week. And kind of for the next few weeks, that'll be the go. And that's physically a lot for me. So we just always take it chill and basically just read on the weekends and spend that time together. So that's the goal for this weekend, as well as just doing a couple of errands and things. With it coming up to Christmas, there's just stuff that we need to get done. So that's the plan, and I'm kind of hoping within that I will be able to complete some of the things on my list and be able to read, be able to spend some time reading. So I'm hoping possibly tonight to be able to finish To Wed a Wild Lord by Sabrina Jeffries. So it's the 4th book in the Hellions of Falstead Hall series. I just filmed my TBR today for the Hemisphere Christmas Games. I think you've already seen that by the time this video is out. But I put book 6 on my TBR for that because it's a Christmas book. So the plan is to finish this one hopefully tonight, if not tomorrow, and then be able to read book 5 early next week, and then be able to read book 6 as Christmas arrives. I am 150 pages through this one, so just under halfway. It's a historical romance, so it's a pretty quick read, and I think that I should be able to finish it with no problems. And then I don't really know what else I'm going to read tonight. I read this weekend. I think I might try and read something on my Kindle. I need to make a little bit of room on my KU for the readathon because I plan to use that quite extensively. So I'd like to read a book or 2 of that, so that I will have at least sort of a little bit of wiggle room. You can have 20 titles at once, and I have all 20. So I think as well I want to do a bit of reorganizing of that before the new year to see whether everything on there is something that I'm interested in reading in the sort of short term. I want to work on being a little bit better at that, and I will hopefully use my Read My Kindle challenge in order to do that. So I have that, and also I have told myself that this weekend I'm finally going to at least start Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I've put this on so many TBRs and I just haven't gotten to it at all. So I want to read this one by the end of the year, so I thought I would start it this weekend. And I think I'm going to finish this vlog on Monday because I want to start a different themed vlog on Tuesday, and there is no point me doing both. It just wouldn't work. So I'm hoping that by Monday night I can finish these 2 and maybe something on my Kindle, and if I still have time I may try and finish one of my library books. I did pick up the next Roland Sinclair from the library on Monday, and that's a really weird cover. There is a monkey holding a gun. Don't know if you can see that, but excuse me. Cool. Anyway, I will try and read these two and get a start on the 5th one, and then from there we'll just see where the rest of the weekend takes me, if I have extra time and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna jump back into this now and spend a little time reading this afternoon. It's like 4 o'clock, yeah, and yeah, I'll just try and get through as much as I can, and we'll see from there. But I will catch you all on Monday afternoon to let you know how I've gone with everything. Hello, it is now Sunday. So I know I said in the last clip I would end this on Monday, and then I'd do this other vlog sort of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because Tuesday and Thursdays are my days off and I need that for this particular vlog. But I ended up actually going in on Saturday into work, and I switched that around with my Monday shift. So I have tomorrow off, and I thought that I would instead end this vlog here and then be able to do that one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Anyway, you'll see why I need that when the vlog is up next week. But yeah, I do have a few things to tell you about in the meantime. So I did finish up on Thursday evening with To Wed a Wild Lord. I can't remember what part I was at when I spoke to you all then, but I read the rest of it. I did really enjoy this one, but I didn't love it. There was nothing wrong with it at all, but I just think that I wasn't that interested in the lead. So these books follow the Sharp siblings, and this one is about Gabe, and I just didn't particularly care that much about him. I didn't dislike him or the love interest, Virginia, is that her name? Yeah, there was nothing, I didn't dislike them at all. There was nothing wrong with them, but I just didn't feel that connection to them that I have felt for other characters in this series and in Sabrina's other books. So like, it was good, but it wouldn't be in my like top Sabrina Jeffries. But I did pretty much immediately start the next one, which is A Lady Never Surrenders, because I need to finish this one before Hemisphere Christmas Games starts, so that I can read the final Christmassy one then. I read the first 39 pages over the last few days. I read a bit of it and just wasn't like, I wanted to read the thing I'm gonna tell you about in a minute, so I didn't get to that one. But I will probably read some more of this tonight, and possibly, I don't think I'll finish it, but I might get kind of close, so we'll see. And then the one that I really wanted to read this weekend was If We Ever Meet Again, by Anna Huang. This is the first book in the If Love series. I'm sure some of you might know this author from her book, her Twisted series. I haven't read those. This was the series of hers that interested me. It's about these two American students who are doing a exchange in Shanghai, and obviously they fall in love, and drama and romance ensue. I am 52% of the way through this so far, so I picked this up on the train to work Friday morning, and then immediately it grabbed me, and I was like, I so wish I didn't have to go to work right now, because I could just sit down and read this whole thing right now. But obviously I went off and I did my work, and then I read a little bit of it Friday night, and a little bit of it today, but I don't know, I kind of feel like savoring it a little bit. But I do want to finish this probably before I go back to work on Wednesday, because I need to make some room on my KU for all these Christmassy books I want to read during the readathon. So I do need to finish this one so that I can return it, and then I will have one space. So that's that one. And then this morning I did a little bit more reading, and I started Miles Off Course by Solari Gentle. I talked about this one in my last clip as well. I just read the first 30 pages. I'm so excited. There's something about this series that just feels like coming home. And I'm just really, really enjoying it. So this morning I was like, I really want to read, but I don't want to keep reading this or this. And I didn't really have, like, I looked here and was like, there's nothing there that I super feel like doing right now. And I was like, but this one I could do. So that is what I did. I've like slipped down, and I've woken up the boy. I'm super excited for this one. I'm hoping, I feel like I'm probably going to end up reading this one this week as well, but I have no regrets. That's it for this vlog for the majority of December. Definitely wasn't quite the start to the month that I had been anticipating, but I'm okay with the reading I've done. Obviously I've been reading a couple of things I can't tell you about, so I've had a good reading month so far, and hopefully that will continue with Hemisphere Christmas Games. I think I'm going to end up vlogging it. I'm not really sure. I don't really have anything super exciting happening sort of over the Christmas. It's not even a break because I'm pretty sure I'm working Boxing Day, but it's fine. So I might vlog it. I might take a couple of days off and finish up other videos and all that. But I will see you all in my next one, which I think is an unhaul from memory. But I will see you all then. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.